can unlock my twin sister's phone with my face. And her banking app thinks I'm her. Her Face ID, trained on her eyes, her bone structure, her identity, looked at me and saw her. We're living in a moment where leadership is being optimized, automated, and scaled. Yet something is quietly disappearing. I've spent my whole life answering a question that now belongs to everyone in this room. What makes me, me? I didn't have a choice. I'm an identical twin. My sister Lori and I share the same DNA, the same face, the same voice. And for the first 16 years of our lives, people called us Winnie, Lori. One word, like we were a single person split in two. We even wore name tag necklaces so our own family could tell us apart. I've had a twin my whole life. Now, all of us can have one too. A digital twin is an AI version of you trained on your voice, your patterns, your decisions. It can write like you, it can respond like you, it can even lead like you. You give it enough in its system, you can, through emails and posts and recordings and decisions, and it'll start to become you. You've probably felt this when you are putting information in AI and you click generate and think, wow, that sounds just like me. And this isn't reserved for the famous or the technical, but when someone with decades of thinking decides to do this intentionally, you can see what's possible. I had the opportunity to interview Deepak Chopra, the real one, actually, and also to engage with his digital twin. And I can call him, I can text him, and he speaks to me in his voice, drawing on, content from his, 90 plus books? I've actually only read 5. And he actually learns from our conversations. It's like, you can even talk to him in dozens of languages. But here's the thing. I kind of feel like he knows me and like I know him. You may have seen Reid Hoffman's digital twin deliver a keynote, like he wasn't even there. And he's answering questions using his own words and his ideas. Anyone here a golfer? You can ask Jack Nicklaus, they actually call him Digital Jack, for tips on your swing. And he actually answers in real time. These aren't experiments. They're real. They're here. And we all have the tools. They're available to anyone. It's like, I think about identity. It's always been something that you relied on. But now it's something you actually have to prove. It's like we're moving from brands of companies to brands of people. And your face is the new logo. You're creating a digital version right now. Every email you send, every search you make, every decision you document, you're training AI to become you. And unlike my twin sister, your digital twin doesn't know the difference between your best self and your worst Wednesday. I actually discovered this when I started to build my own. I fed it my books, my newsletters, articles, podcast transcriptions. I put hundreds of pieces of content in it, but then I asked it, hey, write my next newsletter. The result was technically perfect. It's like it used my phrases, my structure, even my tendency to ask rhetorical questions, like I'm doing right now. But reading it, it was like looking in a mirror. It reflected my image, but not my soul. It had captured my patterns, but had totally missed my purpose. That's when I understand that the real risk of AI, not replacement, but reflection without intention. It's like the what was there, but the why was missing. I'm sitting here watching this digital twin form, and it was learning from everything, including the things that really don't represent like who I really am. And being an identical twin, it taught me something that science actually later confirmed. That Lori and I started with the same genetic code, letter for letter, identical, and yet we've become completely different people. How? Scientists call it epigenetics. And I like to think of it as sticky notes on your DNA. Think of your genetic code like an instruction manual, and like every cell in your body has the same copy, but not every instruction gets followed. It includes like your experiences, the stresses you have, the choices you're making, relationships you have, and those are placing these markers on your DNA, and it's telling your cells which instructions to follow and which to ignore. But those sticky notes, they don't change the underlying code, they change how it's expressed. And there was a long-term study of 80 pairs of identical twins from, I think they tracked them from age, it was like 3 to 70 something, 74 I believe, and the young twin pairs, like nearly identical patterns, but by age 50, different expression entirely. Same DNA, different people, shaped by the lives that they had. This is the model. This is the model that I want for your digital twin. And it starts with your content, your patterns, your foundational, let's call it code. But the experiences you give it, the training you provide, the things you expose it to, these become those sticky notes that shape how that code expresses itself. You feed it only polished content, professional content, then it develops one expression. But if you include your struggles, your growth, your decision-making, different sticky note, completely different expression. And the question, it's not about what you give it, it's about the experience that shape who and what it becomes. And here's something I've really been struggling with. I have been watching brilliant leaders accidentally train their digital twin on their unfiltered selves, not their best thinking, their automatic thinking. They're using AI without intention, without the pause, without those sticky notes, like no judgment, and there's no human filter. And that's why everyone is starting to sound the same, exactly the same. And then we wonder why it doesn't carry our wisdom, only our patterns. Because your digital twin, it doesn't know the difference between who you are and what you default to. It's averaging you. And when it speaks for you, people can't always tell what's wrong, but they can feel it. Like something's off, like the warmth isn't there, like the spark is missing. And a digital twin formed by accident, it's like it captures your patterns without your purpose, and your words without your wisdom. And an average you is replaceable. But the real you never is. In 2005, Lori were running our business together when Hurricane Katrina, it wiped out most of our client base and our business overnight. I remember sitting there across from Lori, and our clients were devastated. Some had lost their homes, their businesses. Some had lost everything, and I really didn't know what to do, and I didn't know if we'd make it. And then Lori slid me a note across the table. It was her handwriting. It was just one line. And it said, "Winnie, what are we going to do now?" I still have that note. Because in that moment, Lori didn't know what to do. She was looking to me to find a way forward. And I knew whatever I came up with, she'd be right there to make it happen. And that's when I understood that the most powerful partnership, it's not about being the same. It's about knowing what each person brings when it matters the most. We actually didn't just survive, we thrived, not because we were the same, but because we completed each other. That's the model I want for every leader and every person in this room building a digital twin. Not a replication, completion. Your twin shouldn't mirror your thinking, it should complete it. And here's what I want you to hear. That your digital twin is going to be incredibly capable. It's going to be faster than you. It's going to be tireless. It's never going to have a bad day. But it can't feel something first and then make someone else feel it with them. That's still yours. I want you all to try something with me right now. Think back over the last month, maybe the last couple of weeks, and think of just one moment where you showed up as your best self. Maybe a decision you were proud of, maybe a conversation you had where you said exactly the right thing. A time when your wisdom really mattered the most. Got it? What if that was what your digital twin learned from? Not your quick replies or your even surface level decisions or content that maybe someone even wrote for you. That moment where you had your very best thinking. And here's the shift that really changed everything for me. I keep what I call a wisdom log. And when I make a decision, I don't just write down what I decided. I write down why. I capture the thinking behind it, not just the outcome. Because that becomes that intentional training data. Not like random samples of my daily reactions. It's like my best self on purpose. And the question isn't whether your digital twin will form. It already is. The question is, will it learn from your wisdom or just your habits? We are all participating in the largest unintentional identity experiment in history. You'll get an email next week. Maybe you already have. You won't know if a person wrote it. And maybe you'll see a video and you'll wonder, is it really them? Because identity, it used to be something that you could just assume. But now it's like something that we all have to confirm. Your digital twin might influence decisions after you're gone. Think about it. Your children could learn from digital versions of their grandparents. Not just the photos or their letters, but something that speaks maybe even speaks exactly in their voice that captures the way that they actually thought. Yeah, we all have a choice. We can let our twins form accidentally, built from our digital scattered footprint, or we can really think about building intentionally. Think about that. Intentionally, consciously. Like a digital partner that carries only the unique value that only you have. So now the question comes back to you. What makes you, you? For years I thought, maybe it's about being different, right? It's standing out. It's about being unique. It's true, but not quite the whole truth. What makes you, you is the same thing that made Lori and me different despite our identical DNA. The intentional choices, those experiences that give us meaning, the values that we hold when the rules don't apply, and the wisdom that only we carry. Lori and I are proof that identical starting points deliver different outcomes through the choices that we make. And your digital twin offers you the same opportunity. Not a copy, a completion. Not a replacement, a partner. Not a threat to your humanity, but the mirror that finally helps you see what makes you and you and you and you irreplaceable. Build your digital twin before it builds you. Shape it consciously. Partner with it intentionally. And trust that being human will always be your greatest strength. Stand out. Stay human.